See, my homie, he fucking took a little top of the beard off. It looked like a complete vato. And it was the homie that did the haircut this time is a vato. But it's okay, alright. I can look like a vato. Anyway, I was gonna say, the Jesus Christ Fellowship of Iron, man, has been really resonating like hard on me. Cause I'm like, damn, I pulled this up the cipher. That shit didn't exist no more. They're like exist anywhere. Like there was a Baptist church. I was like, Orthodox, this and that. But the Fellowship of Iron? Let me Google it. Let's see if there was ever like a Fellowship of Iron. Yeah, so no, Fellowship of Iron never existed. Maybe a Brotherhood of Iron, but the reason specifically at first I was going to say Brotherhood of Iron, but then I was like, no, it got to be for sisters too, A sister can be a fellow too. So that's why I call it the Fellowship of Iron, right? Like the Iron Brotherhood, but it doesn't matter. It's about treating the body as the temple, aspiring to a highest potential, like putting yourself into the high pressure zone, understanding that a diamond or something precious or like gold or something needs to be purified, and then the training is the means of carrying out this purification of your mind and of your spirit and of your soul, So that is the whole statute of limitation of the Fellowship of Iron, you know what I mean? The Fellowship of Iron, right? Another really, really, really good state, like there would be like points, bulletins in there, right? It would be form follows function. Form follows function. So we're all tools, in God, right? So we're all part of God, just like this is part of my body and this is part of my body. Everybody is like, this is like a kraken. It's like a being that is not limited to the expression in one person, but it can express itself for a different person and all those persons that have a function, right? So your muscles have functions, right? Like the biceps, what is the function of the biceps? The lift, right? So form follows function. So the bodybuilding is supposed to make you understand what function does what exercise or muscle part has, and then how you develop that by exercising that function and that functionality. So very, very important bulletin point is form follows function, So is that a reverse statement too? Does function follow form? Well, it should, but it's a lot of time people just train for the form in bodybuilding and they lose the function, So the most aesthetic you can get or will get if form follows function, That way you have connected from core, top to bottom, root to head, and your back and everything's connected. So your biceps is not just isolatedly flexing, but when you flex your biceps, you can actually pull into your deepest being, you feel me? Like that, you understand the holographicness of nature, right? How everything comes from the one, and then the one is the multitude of permutations of what is possible, and you're part of that one, and you're holographically made up of yourself in yourself, repeatedly. You know what I mean? Like in a Fibonacci sequence, like you're spiraling, But through that, you further integrate your being into your being. So the truth is, the reality is, there's only God, right? But how do you become more of what God is or less what God is, right? So how do you pour into your own reality? Because the eternity, the eternalness of God is what defines it, right? Because anything that is non-abiding, that is not eternal, not lasting, is a part of the illusion. So can't thus be part of perfection, right? Well, things that are here to stay, they're part of the perfection of God, right? How do I attain a closeness to perfection, never to reach it? Because I know I can never be God. God is omnipotent, is above me. He's like, I'm just the vessel that carries the spirit. But how can I reach further into divinity? How can I reach further into infinity? By my workouts. So now, because the brain works like that, it folds like paper, a day's time becomes so compressed for you, where in one day you can do 100 things where another person only is able to do 10 things, because your brain is moving on a higher frequency. You understand what I'm saying? So that is attaining the hyperspeed, superconductivity of the mind. By superconductivity of the mind, you now break down the barrier of what is your self as the ego, and what is around you as all of it, right? And you know how they say 90% of our brain is not used. Well, what if the 90% that we're not using is actually space around us, or the ability to feel that which is outside of us as us, you know what I mean? And see ourselves in the outside, right? Because it's an everlasting yin and yang mixing, right? But yeah, Fellowship of Iron, man. This is it, the gospel, homie. That's it. We're working out. You attain gnosis. You attain knowledge, like direct knowledge. But your antenna and purifying your vessel. You now have this antenna to like almost a higher frequency, and you can channel a lot of this knowledge, and it comes to you intuitively. It comes to you intuitively. By pondering consciously, eventually it will come to you as a boom, as a equation that your subconscious mind spits out for you to understand. Boom, and it's like, oh wow, I just understood. But first you need to ponder the problem. It's like Einstein when he's trying to find the relativity, and then finally he wakes up and like, oh my God, it dawned on me, yes, and then wow, boom. Other thing is with understanding that it's like, okay, last jewel, I'm always giving you like a lot to digest, but I'm saying it's like everything comes from the one, right? One is the unconditional awareness of the I am, pure electricity, pure power. Like if you would put your hand into the lightning socket and you get shocked, that is the one, right? So when you inhale, you feel it over here in your crown chakra. It's over here. It's up there. It's like electricity, right? But then that electricity, you directing it with your breath, with your subconscious mind, through the balance of the yin and yang in between your spine. It's always a teeter-tottering, right? But your flexing of the muscles in your field is the negative inverse, like a picture is to, like, when you take a picture old-fashioned way and you have the negative, you got to develop the positive for the negative. So what you're seeing is the positive. So when you flex them, that's the negative. You feel me? And it's the negative, which is like your electric body. So for me personally, when I'm up there flying on the bars, it's like I'm fucking supercharged. That's the current here, and the current down in my legs. You feel me? And everything's tight, right? People think the handstand is just like you just hold your arms. It's like, nah, you gotta have your whole everything together, like a diamond. Like you gotta be like a diamond, because if your legs go left or right and then your whole balance go off, you fall. So it's not just your upper body, it's everything gotta be flexed on that smooth, you know? So you like in a socket, you feel me? And you understand, wow, that's primarily who I am. I am this energy, this electricity, but then this shit comes into my body, right? Because when you flex, you use the electricity, right? So you understand through the working out, you understand more how deep this shit is, because the pain is the signal, right? But everything is just pure signal, right? But the pain is the resistance you feel of the ohm in your body, like, I mean, it's like electric resistance. So it's like, how you understand now how this primordial lightning energy is actually turning into your by your electric field, it's like the atoms are arranged around this electric field that you have, right? And that's only one field, like a big egg, like a cosmic egg, you know? It's like an egg. But then that field, it breaks up into its compartments. And that's what its compartments are, like of numerical ratios. You have one head, you have 2 legs, you have 2 arms, you have 5 fingers. And you have different joint articulations. So you see, all that comes from the configuration of your light body. And then through the training, you will unlock your light body.